That once you had chronic kidney disease, then that was it. You were pretty much stuck for life. Now there is a new treatment, so that CKD is no longer the life sentence. You can find out if you are interested. Chronic kidney disease, the 5 stages. The disease has 5 stages. Stage 1 is the mildest. Stage 5 is as serious as it gets. Stage 5 can shorten a person's life by many, many years. You do not want to reach stage 5. Most of us only discover our CKD when it's already well underway. The danger here is that CKD gets progressively worse. Doctors find it very difficult to halt CKD's progress into stages 4 and then 5. At stage 5 you are plugged into a dialysis machine. You hope and pray for a suitable kidney donor so that you can squeeze some more years out of life, before finally succumbing. If you are interested, please click the link below the video. Chronic kidney disease, the inside story. We've always known that CKD is caused by other conditions, diabetes, high blood pressure, heart conditions, too much excess weight and so on. So it makes sense to tackle those conditions if we're to address CKD. Doctors tackle those conditions either by significantly reducing their effect on our bodies, or by successfully reversing them completely. This much has been well understood for a long time. We also know another vital element of the story, that the conditions I listed above, diabetes, high blood pressure and so on, are often the result of low-level, ongoing inflammation in the body. Those conditions are either made worse by this ongoing inflammation, or, more often, are directly caused by it. Finally, we're well aware that the inflammation itself is mostly caused by a faulty immune system. In other words, our immune system is being triggered way too often. Which leads to ongoing inflammation, which in turn overwhelms our bodies and creates damage throughout the pathway to disease. So, a faulty immune system leads to widespread inflammation, which leads to one or more of the diseases mentioned, which leads to CKD. This is the pathway to disease. But what causes the faulty, malfunctioning immune system in the first place? What's that initial trigger that sets off the whole thing? That has always been a mystery. Yet if doctors could find out how to stop the immune system from malfunctioning, then the inflammation, the disease and the CKD, all goes away. And now we know. In the last few years, scientists finally found out. The immune system malfunction that causes your chronic kidney disease comes from problems in the gut. Yes, the gut. We now realize that, incredibly, most of the Western world's major killer diseases begin in our guts. This one insight has changed forever how scientists now tackle disease. And this isn't theory, by the way. It's not guesswork. It's heavily researched, scientific knowledge. The details are straightforward. When we're talking about your gut, we're not talking about bloating or stomach ache or anything like that. We're talking about the fascinating environment within your intestinal tract. That environment, also called the microbiome, contains trillions of fantastically useful bacteria. We're used to thinking of bacteria as being harmful. But over 90% of the bacteria in a healthy gut perform functions that keep you alive. They do things for you that your body itself simply cannot do. When healthy gut bacteria dominate our guts, and unhealthy gut bacteria are kept to a minimum, we are at our healthiest and happiest. When this balance is disturbed, we get ill. If it's disturbed for long enough, we get very ill. Here are just a few functions gut bacteria carry out for us. They directly affect on our moods and emotions. They manage our growth from childhood to adulthood to old age. They strongly regulate our weight. Food cravings come from bad gut bacteria, not greed. They eliminate toxins that our body cannot handle, preventing an overwhelm of blood poisons. They extract essential, life-preserving vitamins from food that our body simply cannot access, and which we can't survive without. Good bacteria literally keeps us alive. So we need it to be in the best shape possible. Why? What does poor gut health mean? If the number of good bacteria are reducing, then bad bacteria gain an upper hand in your gut. Given enough time, the damage they cause to your body can be bad, then severe, then fatal. Conditions that are directly linked to poor gut health include diabetes, liver disease, cardiovascular disease, some cancers, gout, high blood pressure, celiac disease, heart disease, kidney disease, arthritis, thyroiditis, psoriasis, irritable bowel disease. Recognize anything on this list? If you have even one of these, then your gut health either has a major hand in it or, in most cases, your gut health is the actual cause of it. Remember the pathway to disease we mentioned a moment ago? We understand that pathway now. Poor gut health leads to immune system malfunction, which leads to low-level inflammation, which leads to one or more of the above diseases, which then leads to CKD. By the way, if you're a type 1 diabetes T1D sufferer who has been told that your diabetes is for life because its cause is unknown, that story is currently being rewritten. Consider this from a 2018 white paper. Recent evidence shows that altered gut bacterial composition is highly associated with T1D and, thus, targeting gut microbiota may serve as a therapeutic potential for T1D patients. Pathogenesis simply means the development of the disease. The scientists here are suggesting that the therapy for type 1 diabetes is to target the state of the sufferer's gut health. Or this from a 2019 white paper. Among the included studies, 24 articles confirmed the association between gut microbiota dysbiosis and T1D. Gut microbiota dysbiosis refers to imbalances in the environment of the gut. Here, the researchers have confirmed that the state of the gut is associated with type 1 diabetes. Dozens of heavyweight scientific research papers are reaching the same incredible conclusion. Researchers aren't allowed yet to claim that repairing gut health successfully eliminates T1D, even though the evidence points convincingly in that direction. But gut health is heavily implicated in T1D, in the same way that gut health is now known to often be the only cause of all the other conditions I just mentioned. It's this insight that is now leading us into startling, yet very simple, remedies for Western society's most deadly diseases. The chance to turn it all around. Get those gut bacteria healthy and everything that was going wrong, including CKD, starts going right again. But what causes our guts to become unhealthy? There's no doubt at all about the causes, it's our lifestyle choices. Lifestyle simply refers to the usual suspects: stress, sleep, fitness and diet. Which, at first sight, all seems pretty bland and dull. We've heard all this before. But now it's very different. Because now scientists understand the direct link between what we do and how we get disease. Poor lifestyle habits slowly ruin our gut health. They decimate good bacteria, allowing bad bacteria to thrive and expand their deadly effects. Our gut environment becomes less helpful to us, and steadily more deadly. Which makes it inevitable that, in time, we will end up either very ill or fatally ill. The damage that bad habits do to our gut bacteria is almost the entire reason we are tired, ill, overweight, suffer low moods and struggle as we get older. We say it's age that causes disease. That's absolute nonsense. It's the slow and steady neglect of our gut health that causes disease. We do it to ourselves. We don't mean to. But it's what we do. Poor lifestyle habits are the primary reason, for millions of us, they're the only reason, we contract Western society's worst diseases: heart, blood, liver, kidney. Your basic lifestyle habits directly and dramatically determine whether you'll be ill at all. And if you will be ill, those habits determine which illnesses you'll get, and how they will play out over the long term. The good news is, take heart though. This knowledge is, literally, life-saving. We've now discovered at the deepest level why we get ill. Which means we can get well again. Simple, specific changes to some daily habits are now ridding people of a whole array of horrible conditions. There is a right way of doing this, of course. It's not simply a matter of eating healthily, whatever that means, or getting more exercise, which not all CKD sufferers are able to do. When someone is so ill that their kidneys are starting to fail, then correcting specific lifestyle habits can change their life. Done properly, it can save their life. Beware though that the standard advice we see in magazines or on popular websites isn't right for CKD sufferers. We have a specific condition and that requires new and very specific action. It's easier than most people believe, but it has to be right. More powerful than medicine. Correcting these lifestyle factors properly can be literally transforming, more powerful than medications and even more life-improving than surgery. But diet, what we eat and what we drink, is the kingpin of disease. It's the supreme dictator of how we're going to suffer as we grow older, or even if we're going to suffer at all. You can eat your way back to healthy gut bacteria, and, therefore, full vibrant health. There are many, many foods that you can eat unlimited amounts of, including, happily, a number of foods that fad diets tell you not to touch. Everything you need to eat can be bought at a local supermarket. Half of it is possibly already in your kitchen. Essentially though, you must eat enough of the right things in the right quantities. Do that and everything else falls beautifully into place. More powerful than medicine. Correcting these lifestyle factors properly can be literally transforming, more powerful than medications and even more life-improving than surgery. But diet, what we eat and what we drink, is the kingpin of disease. It's the supreme dictator of how we're going to suffer as we grow older, or even if we're going to suffer at all. You can eat your way back to healthy gut bacteria, and, therefore, full vibrant health. There are many, many foods that you can eat unlimited amounts of, including, happily, a number of foods that fad diets tell you not to touch. Everything you need to eat can be bought at a local supermarket. Half of it is possibly already in your kitchen. Essentially though, you must eat enough of the right things in the right quantities. Do that and everything else falls beautifully into place. So how does it work? Phase 1. Protect from kidney damage. Phase 2. Restore kidney function. Phase 3. Repair and renew kidney tissue. From disease to outstanding health in 3 phases. Shelley's program is natural, simple and easy to follow. No doctor visits, no drugs, no complications. No bills, no expenses. And it works. Which is why thousands of people are now taking the decision to transform their lives like this, and bring to an end their disease once and for all. If you are interested, please click the link below the video.